Alright, so our friend, drunk guy, is not here. I thought it might be, but she's not. And we're talking to the little kid who's gonna fight some incredible swordsman.
Are you Sven?
Sven,
Who's asking?
Somebody who just might save your ass.
Yeah.
Pass on!
Come on, kid. Stop playing the hero. I promised someone I'd help you. Watch what you say. Stop playing the hero.
I wouldn't play the hero if I were you.
You're gonna get killed.
You don't know me.
I do.
I spoke to your father.
Ha! I'll wager he told you the sad story of Sven, who needs to be rescued.
You do?
I'm no wandering knight, and you're no princess in distress.
He's not a
I
baby.
promised your father I'd help you.
Then go back and ask his pardon for tricking him.
Will you feel better when they kill you?
I'll certainly feel worse if I cower out.
I'm the last one who'd ask you to do that.
What will you do? Summon the butcher and send him out on an urgent mission to deflower the Virgin of Edirn?
No, we'll fight as a pair against Latond and his second.
Oh.
Your honor will remain untouched, like a 12-year-old nun's petal.
Why do you wish to help me?
I'd like to level the chances. Yeah.
I'm not a fan of uneven fights.
Yeah.
How much did he pay you?
Nothing.
Your father could never afford my fee.
Challenge the Trant Embark to battle. Sven was hot-headed. He wanted to face the famous Butcher of Cicadas in an arena duel. The lads would surely perish, so Geralt decided the fight would be in tandem, 2 against 2. Now he only had to convince the menacing Latard to bet. Where the hell is he? Oh, he's right here. How about we save the game again? Hey, Randall.
What is it?
Do I know you? Oh, Armorist. Well,
Trouble.
no.
A bit scared of going against the sea. The enemy have fed you their propaganda.
Which one of you is it?
What if she's truly an anointed virgin?
Don't worry about it. The Witcher will take care of everything.
That's me.
I've no bloody idea who you might be, but I hope you're a civilian.
You are the butcher? I mean, I guess you got a bust that. I cannot mix it like a soldier.
I'm looking for Letond Avet, the Butcher of Cidaris.
Citrus.
What do you seek?
An opponent.
I want to try my luck.
Yeah.
Strange. Most shit themselves at the sight of my sword.
They say you're equal to a Witcher in a fight.
They lie. I'm better.
Well,
We'll see.
Yeah.
You'll need to wait. I've a fight lined up already.
We could always duel in pairs. I look around and I see the cream of Kedweni knights. Someone's bound to agree.
I am Edwin Lysum, known also as the Petal. If Latond will have me, I'll gladly stand at his side.
Why do they call you the petal? I've no need for one who ploughs maidens simply for the pleasure of deflaring them.
You offend me greatly, Latond. I owe the moniker to the fact that I place flower petals in the mouths of the foes I defeat.
I'll be glad to see anything stuffed in the Witcher's mouth. So be it.
Alright.
Seems we'll be slaughtering squirrels again.
Surprise!
What did we get? The Butcher of Citrus did not need much convincing. Geralt went to get Sven and together they returned to Avet's tent. In the meantime, the Butcher of Citrus readied himself for battle and awaited the arrival of his opponents. If he is not dumb, he will prepare himself well, because I'm not going to be easy to kill. Edwin Lystrom. Knightly eccentricities such as speaking in rhymes or offering ladies feathers from the helms of one's vanquished foes are of classical origin. Edwin Lystroms earned the moniker of Petal by putting flower petals into the mouths of slain enemies. These eccentricities, however, worked on the females. At the sight of such knights, maidens from Brianna to Yeruga run toward them so fast that if they were to be laden with bales of hay, the hay would immediately catch fire. Huh? I don't understand that thing.
You know me, I'm not prejudiced.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Throw. An Earth Elemental. Younger brother of legendary Dao.
They're alien races. You'll never understand them.
Alright, bud. Let's go fight. You're ready.
And? Has he agreed?
Sure.
Yes,
Some whoresome, eh?
unique among them. Ready?
Uh-huh.
Let's go.
Give me a minute.
What?
Ready?
Bet.
Let's go get him.
Let's kick his ass.
Most gracious king, noble lords, men-at-arms, shortly in the arena you shall witness the famed Letond Abbot, known also as the Butcher of Sidoris, at whose side shall stand the Honourable Edwin the Petal Lysam. Opposing them are Sven of Somewhere and Geralt of Rivia, Witcher. May the gods favor the better men. Begin!
Sven's health is here. I'm gonna die. Editing the petal is now very good, huh? Don't get surrender, man. Going in. Well, there goes editing the petal. Yeah, get him. He's not so bad. I keep hitting him, man. Yeah, double team him. Oh, bye-bye. You got him. Take the kill. Get the kill, man. Don't get it. Hell yeah, hit him again.
Hail to the victor! Glory to the vanquished!
Got him, man.
Prize in the contest was a noble title. Our gracious and merciful ruler, King Henselt, shall generously bestow this upon the young Sven. Heralds will announce the subsequent duels. Long live King Henselt! Long live Kedwin!
Actually, this guy is pretty good. Kedweni's sword? Sure, I'll take it. Good job, Sven. Dude, your son is no lot like that. He was pretty good. I got my ass kicked. I guess he was focused on me too much.
Thank you. You salvaged my honor.
He salvaged that foolish head of yours.
I'm a knight now. The king himself will do the honors.
You were born in a pigsty where the labour came to your mother 18 springs ago. Nothing will change that. Witcher, I said you could demand what you will, and my word's no worse than a noble's.
You demanded payment for helping me?
Nothing free.
Everything has its price.
Yeah.
What is it you wish?
Information on those who carry square coins.
Father!
Silence! Why do you need to know?
Need to know what's going on.
I just need to know what this is all about.
Ah, it is a long story.
Oh, I got time.
I've got time.
Yeah.
It started before the victory at Brenna, when we split Edirn between ourselves and Nilfgaard. We were shamed throughout the north.
So true.
What's that got to do with the coins?
Everyone wanted to thrash the Black Ones, not play brother to them. A group of officers hatched a plot. The coins there mark. I don't know who gathered the first group of plotters, but the seed of the scheme fell on fertile soil and sprouted quickly. Then came Brenna, and it all died down. The plotters themselves lost direction, though it seems they resurfaced recently.
Is Henselt dealing with Nilfgaard again?
Who knows? But he's welcomed that shriveled old bat here and spends time in discussions with him. That plot, well, the lads just want to prevent the Black Ones from meddling in our affairs. Not more.
Alright. So
You know
plan
Lord.
to kill him?
You got a coin?
Yeah, I'm old, and know that he who gains power loses his heart.
Why are you going on?
I'm past the age of taking the crown off one head and placing it on another. But my son still believes a monarch can be just. Why must you know if I've a coin?
I can't say.
And neither can you, father.
An old soldier's word is no handful of hay with which to wipe your arse.
I'll have naught to do with this.
Right then, go.
Go to Madame Carl's brothel and ask for Whistling Wendy. The madam will take you to her tent and leave you alone. Wendy will ask what you wish. Tell her you want her smile to open the gates of paradise.
Okay.
Are we even?
Sure. Yeah.
And beware of Vincent Trott. He may be hiding with the conspirators. Dangerous man, that one.
Deathmole's looking for him. And if he finds him, we may all end up tasting the executioner's axe. That scoundrel falls into the sorcerer's hands. He'll give us all up to save his own skin.
I'll be careful.
Trott wears a magic suit of armor. He could prove a difficult foe, even for you.
Butcher of Sidaris. Quest phase completed. Right, so I got some information then. How does one recognize a conspiracy? When you get a square coin, are told to go to the brothel, ask for Whistling Wendy, and tell her to open the gates of paradise with a certain smile. Then, beyond any doubt, you are dealing with a conspiracy. Right. Seeing his son in one piece and basking in the glory of Lieutenant Aval's vanquisher at that, Manfred was immensely happy. The old soldier kept his part of the deal and told the Witcher everything he knew about the conspiracy. I mean, he was part of it, somewhat, I guess. Oh my god. In the arena, the Butcher of Sidaris faced Geralt, who proved that he had not been dubbed the Butcher of Blaviken without reason. The first Butcher was butchered by the second. Thus ended Latran David's bloody career. Manfred. After his son emerged from the arena victorious, Manfred rewarded Geralt. He was extremely helpful to the Witcher, proving himself a man of honor. Sven. Fighting side by side, Geralt and Sven emerged from the duel victorious, defeating two exquisite swordsmen. In recognition of the youth's valor and skills, King Henselt knighted him, and Geralt gained several valuable allies in the Kedveni camp. Okay. As a result of the epic clash with Edward Lestrom, Edward Estem fell to the blood-soaked ground, and there was scarcely a breath in him as he was carried from the field. That's evidence, dear readers, that if one's substance does not equal one's style, it is better to devote more time to training than to picking flowers. Vincent Trout. The owner of Skelkrig's armor was an officer in Hensel's army. Suspected as an accessory to the conspiracy against the king's life, Vincent Trout was hiding somewhere. Not the king, maybe just the Nilfgaardian deal. They don't want them dealing with their people. Which I guess it makes sense. Take the square coin to the brothel. I got a square coin, he gave me one. Ah. Proof of membership in the conspiracy. Alright. We still haven't found out.
Witcher.
What?
The king is impressed with your skills. He's called on me to organize a tournament.
If this goes on, his entire army will be slaughtered before he moves against Eddern.
This time it'll be a tourney of knights. None of that slaughter for the riffraff to enjoy. The king will reward the winners handsomely. If you're interested, find me by the arena.
I'm definitely proximo. Can I talk
What
to
do you
him?
want?
Can I talk to him?
Can I talk to him?
You know
You're
me now.
all right. I've heard you've been helping our lads. Talk away, but be quick. If the corporal sees you, he'll have your balls. And ours.
Oh, Dred! Bloody fat girl. What do you want?
Information.
Who are you?
You from Yorvith's unit?
I'm proud of it. Yorvith will avenge me.
Maybe.
You were caught because of me.
I'm responsible for you being captured.
I don't understand.
I warned Yorvith that the Kingslayer had betrayed him. Your leader's alive because of me.
You lie! You're not one of us.
Never claimed to be. I'm not interested in your fight, nor in that of the humans. I have my own goals. I'm hunting the Kingslayer and need information. Will you help me?
I'd rather not reveal anything to the Dwan. Do you know Elder speech? The Thurmen and Rendun Fest. Ev de Sala
Well, I don't know
Emes
Elder
Ep
speech.
de Mevneslet.
Say here.
That I know.
En
But
Ted Verlet.
Jethro appeared one day and began killing without a word. The most terrible warrior I've ever seen.
Erte dreie et Dwan.
I did not even see
Seret
stuff
en
like
Ox
Seret and Ox are
Bagan
butchers
Est.
too. There were snake medallions around
Then
their neck.
Arthur neck wet. Vissa ögon,
We had no
alla
chance against him
ögon,
despite our
Ken
numbers. We killed everyone.
när
But somehow overlooked me,
den
forgot to finish
där
me off. Or figured I would
änden
die from my wounds.
dagmammärt.
So there's a snake people, alright. Who are they working for?
Vekele
Any idea who they're working for?
Ja men helst,
I don't know, but it's someone with a deep
väl
knowledge of politics.
epkethänken häst.
Quintus
How do
Ken.
you know that?
Den kan
They know a lot too much for simple
dorvat gem.
Where can I find them?
Vekelme benetres.
En här
If they are still in the area, they
esme
must have hid in the gullies.
gevärt.
But that's like searching for needle in a
Se
haystack.
efter
The gullies are a real
en
labyrinth.
diable arskjed. Kan jesse det treas.
Mesem
I'll find another way.
kleachlet.
Right. Know their plan?
Ken veni de
What are the plans?
Den
They didn't
nedsända
mention them. We
vid
shared food
salla
and hid together.
en
But they didn't trust
esnöge
us. Nor did we trust them.
Vener sänden el.
They
Eteana.
must have said something.
Ne
Mentioned
sagenir.
their past.
Elesera.
Mekian
There is one thing. I overheard them. Said it couldn't stand our food and once we told officers, we wished the Redanians would finally arrive because we dreamt of having
Erket
ghost
orks garthe säget enit rothen kemest. Te
What do I learn from
mothe
You
diam.
like me?
Rathain.
Redanians? What do the Redanians have to do with
Diables.
this?
Rathain veterel.
Vesenit
A Redanian delegation
rothen
is to visit
deren
King Helford.
henselt gerel vortehen. Den
If I
diam
understood correctly, they were to set off
elestrehem.
on their own affairs after
Ne
this.
mer
That's all I know.
seher.
Okay? Farewell.
Vafel.
Farewell.
When el
Do all which has no
vatgern
elder
henlinge kven.
I
Nemeser.
don't think so.
Oxen säret est
Do it better
elekven.
than you, much better. Okay.
Velmelt Gwynblade Kenneth Belk. Veden emet
When you find them,
Gwynblade.
may your step be soft and your
Say
breath
the
be
step
sweet.
gatis en pred winnes. Vafel.
Alright. Av Henselt. King Henselt loved gladiator fights. One might even say he was something of a connoisseur. Naturally, he was eager to see the Witcher, a famed swordsman, enter the arena to face Cadwain's better swords swashbucklers. It was not long before Proximo, master of Henselt's arena, approached Geralt, requesting him to take part in a tournament. The fights were not to the death, but the slashes and thrusts were not at all faint, and real blood stained the arena's sandy floor. Fights took place from dawn to dusk. The Witcher considered the offer briefly before finding Proximo in order to sign up. That's enough kings. And he hit the jackpot. The captured elf confessed that Leto and his two companions were indeed in the area. They had betrayed the Squatter and murdered members of the unit. Furthermore, Geralt learned that the assassins were plotting something regarding the arrival of the Redanian delegation. Are they working with Redania?
How'd you do? Greetings.
Esea enka
I am tired.
ed.
Maybe. Right.
Debre
Okay, you can be tired. That's fine. What the hell is it?
Are you moved by the Prophet Lebioda's parables? Then spare an oren for his humble followers.
Sure. Yeah, how about 10 hours? Okay.
Having an Orin and not having an Orin makes two Orins.
Cheapskate.
What? You're a beggar, you won't even accept. Come on, man.
Tournaments. Now that's a pastime for real men.
I want to take part.
All right, I'll take part in your tournament.
Let's do
The
it.
king will be pleased. Just remember, this will not be a fight to the death.
I'll try not to forget.
Ready?
Who are my opponents?
Who will I be fighting?
Your opponents will be Gwydion, Rendag, and Boran. Interested to know who they are.
Who is Gideon?
Who's Gwydion?
Gideon.
One of the top fencers in the Cadwini army.
A fencer. Alright, Rendag.
Who's Rendag?
A very experienced soldier. He's fought in all of Henselt's campaigns for the past 20 years.
Old or more
Tell me about Boran.
Boran's famous for his courage. He fears nothing and no one.
Got it. Alright.
Their names are enough.
Ready?
Rules?
What are the rules?
2 adversaries fight until one of them yields.
That's it?
The loser is out of the tourney. Ready?
Alright,
I
yes.
am indeed.
Let's begin then.
Let's do some fighting. Tournament. Who's first?
Witcher
I can
Geralt of
yield.
Rivia
Oh,
will now
fantastic.
fight the Honourable Gwydion.
Where's your armor, dude? Got some defenses. He doesn't even guard. Oh, he does guard.
I yield. Witcher Geralt
I
wins!
put away my sword and look at you with
You
disgust.
won. Let me know when you're ready for the next fight.
All right.
I'm ready now. What do you mean? I have insult. A man named Gideon was the first in line. He fought bravely but could not hold his own against the Witcher's blade. Geralt now into the next fight. He didn't even have any armor.
Tournaments. Now that's a pastime for real men.
Let's go.
Can we continue the tournament?
Ready?
Yes.
I am indeed.
Let's begin then.
Next. Guy with the real armor or no? Okay,
The
real
Witcher
armor.
will now take on the Honorable Rendai.
Very experienced soldier. That's what we'll take. He has a shield. I remember that's pretty annoying. Charge with your damn shield. I don't want to charge. Ah, wait. Hey there, buddy. I was behind you. I do an invincible combo and I run away. I was behind you. Teleports behind you. Nothing personal.
I surrender!
Yeah, put
Witcher
away my
Geralt
sword.
wins!
Of course I win. What do you expect?
You won. Let me know when you're ready for the next fight.
All right.
Very experienced soldier. During his clash with Rendai, Geralt had the chance to practice sword fighting techniques he rarely used, for Rendai proved an unexpectedly easy opponent. The Witcher won hands down and qualified the next round. Yeah, he was pretty easy. So before the next fight, let's level up my dodging distance covered 200%. Oh yeah, I'm gonna fly around the battlefield now.
Tournaments. Now that's a pastime for real men.
Let's go.
Can we continue the tournament?
Finish it, you mean?
Ready?
Yes.
I am indeed.
Let's begin then.
Let's complete this.
Geralt of Rivia will now take on the fearless Baron.
Let's go for it. Fearless but not very smart. Fast. Teleports behind you, nothing personnel kit. I love that. Teleports behind. Oh, okay. That's fine. Teleports behind you. You surrendered.
I yield!
Witcher Geralt wins!
I won against all of them. Can I fight the king now?
Is there not a single fucking soul in Kedwin able to beat the Witcher?
Land a single hit.
Dung-filled cowards, all of you!
Apparently not in Kedwin. But in Temeria, perhaps. I'll give it a shot.
That could be interesting. If you win, I'll double the reward.
Alright. Let's do it.
The Witcher's challenger this time will be Vess, a maiden serving in an elite unit of the Temerian army.
Got a knife. Got a knife and a sword. Teleport behind Vesh. Nothing personnel. Vesh. Get stabbed 2 times. Teleports behind Vesh. Get on, Vesh. Have fun. You can do it.
I surrender!
A few more like him and I could conquer
Bloody
half the
hell.
world. Give him the prize! He's earned it!
I have indeed.
The king wanted a spectacle and he got it. A shame the result was so predictable.
Witches are not invincible.
Seems this one is. But you were brave nonetheless.
She fought harder than all the Kedweni soldiers combined.
You're very kind.
Wasn't so kind in the arena.
He took me seriously.
That's true.
Thanks for not giving me a handicap. I'm going back to my camp. Visit me if you want.
Women, here's your praise. I need to get back to my business.
Go
Thanks.
ahead. How much money did you give him? Is he a dog? They keep saying here, boy.
Tournaments. That's a pastime for real men.
Got more fights? That's not enough.
I've had enough tournament fighting.
I'm content we could see you in action.
Your tournament was a success.
Aye, you could say so. I know now that no common man can match a Witcher. But at least it was a nice spectacle. Good diversion for the men.
Alright, I guess. It's still on. Borin, his next opponent, gave it his all, but he still lost. No more Cadwanis were willing to face the Witcher in a fair fight. Henselt grew furious as a sow deprived of her young, and then West challenged Geralt. The girl was excited, and the Witcher saw how badly she wanted to win, how badly she wished to show all the men who had lost to the Witcher what she was made of. Our hero considered what was more important to him, winning or losing and making West happy. Really? The Witcher decided that West would be furious if he threw the fight, so he defeated her, though not without effort, thus winning the tournament as a whole. Having received his reward, he thought it would be prudent to discuss the girl's ambitions with her. I mean, I suppose. I didn't even think of getting a train back. I haven't done well before. Now I am doing pretty well.
We'll have to sit it out like hens on their eggs until this mist lifts.
It won't just disappear. They say only a spell will lift it.
Where the hell is this old? He's in the camp. I'll find him around. I'm pretty sure he's near the ship right now. One of you, Oldrin? Who the hell is in here? Nobody? Alright.
Freak.
Hey, Deathmold. Learn anything new?
Learn anything new about the curse?
The mage on the other side of the fog is also probing the battlefield. A sorceress.
Oh.
How do you know?
You shall know them by the fruit of their spells. Magic differs with the brain type that generates it. The female mind is simply laid out differently.
It could be Triss.
No, Witcher, it's someone far more powerful.
Yennefer? Alright. Vincent Trott. Ring a bell?
Does the name Vincent Trott sound familiar?
A traitor. He did some damage in my ranks. 1 dead and 2 still in the field hospital. If you know where he's hiding, I've some issues I'd like to discuss with him. The tools are already in the fire, but the rogue seems to have donned an invisibility cap.
I believe he has Seltkirk's armor, one of the artifacts.
My investigation's at a dead end. I know not where he is, and I'll soon need to resort to more radical methods.
Magic?
Hold off a bit longer. If he escapes...
There's no way to do so. My people guard the ford, and I doubt our brave Vincent could make it past the spectres. He must be nearby.
Okay. Have you spoken to the king?
Spoken to the king yet?
Indeed, he was delighted to hear he can be cut from the curse.
Great, because I need the medallion of the priest known as Crest. I heard it's in Henselt's possession.
He'll give you nothing until you free him from the curse. Truthfully, I believe I understand him. You have a good chance of perishing when you confront the Draugrs.
Give me a break, Deathmold. The two of you are just afraid I'll leave this entire mess in your hands.
Ah, that is something I do not fear at all, for I know exactly why you're here. As for the king, you may curse him and scold him and call him a fool if you wish, though it's not something I would advise.
Right. Well,
See
goodbye. Lift the curse from Henselt, then discuss the medallion. Unfortunately, Deathmold was not willing to help the Witcher acquire the medallion. He thought Geralt would do best to demonstrate his prowess by lifting the curse placed personally on Henselt. He was probably right. The sorcerer understood that the grateful king would part with his amulet without grumbling. I guess he likes the amulet. It is a magical
Camp's gone
one.
berserk looking for the coin. Grown lad with an arc.
Hey, Sheila. What do you know about the Wild Hunt?
A sorceress like you must know bundles about paranormal phenomena.
Any mage's knowledge has little to do with superstitions.
The Wild Hunt's no superstition.
Indeed, the phenomenon exists.
I want to know everything about it, including what you know.
You're out of luck. I've never concerned myself with it. I'm also not interested in whirlwinds or hailstorms.
So you think it's a natural thing? Alright. Well, like, it's not. I thought the king of the Wild Hunt like killed him. Well, I don't know if you can kill him, honestly, but I did hurt him. I sent him back from whence he came.
Aldrin!
God, Odin is like a dog.
What else am I to do?
Aldrin! Where are you?
I'm so sure it's a freaking dog. Is Odin around in the back here? Hey Odin, are you in this? No? Alright. You know, I like the little loading screen, honestly.
Not another fucking stone.
Are you, what are you searching for? No one knows.
Nilfgaard's if you came back.
Now we make camp.
Now look what you've done. That's politics.
What's it to us? We should have our say. Interesting.
What the hell are you?
Others like my mother.
A super soldier serum, or what?
Me?
Greetings.
No, it's just mutations. It's not really.
Somehow, the split at the sight of the black ones. 2 an hour ahead.
Who the hell are you? Mysterious merchant. You again? Armor of Banard. Oh my god, it's incredible. 16 armor. Poisoned Zeracanian Saber, 30 to 34 damage. Robust blue meteorite sword, damage bonus on the sides. Sun rune, escape rune. Dude, he's got insane weapons. I wish to be given a second. My Raven's armor gives me only 10. This is 23 to 28 Kadveni sword. Give me the armor of Banard. And give me the poisoned Zeracanian saber. I shall equip these weapons. And the armor of Banard. Because apparently it's insanely good. And honestly, Mysterious Merchant. You can have these Kadveni swords. You can buy them for like 30 orams each. Or my Raven's armor. 43. But you've earned it, I think. Right, now what can I put on this? Alien Blend. Freaking sure. There you go. It's got 17. Studded leather reinforcement, armor, mail. Steel plate. Resistance to poisoning, bleeding, incineration. Oh, dwarven enhancement, okay. You know, put this dwarven one. 2 armor, 10 vitality. There you go, 19 armor. Pretty damn good. Moon rune, earth rune. Meh, nothing else is needed. Silver sword, sword of Kaer Morhen. Poison Zeracanian blade, pretty good. Wait, where the hell is Wes? She's here. I'll check this place out first. What is this? Old Town Cellar. Alright, well I can't go there. Why is this Old Town?
Wonder how many more will turn up.
Oh, I'm burning the corpse. Oh my, I messed fun. Don't even block. He exploded. What the frick, man? You poisoned me. How dare you? So rude. I'm gonna talk to Wes. Oh, they are different, right? The blue stripes. The blue encampment is red. Right, it is, yes.
Are there trolls here?
Aye, there are. And you don't mind. What's so strange about that?
Hello.
The elder and the recruiter are coming for you. He was slaughtering pigs at the time, so he takes a pig's eye and puts it between his buttocks.
He does what?
Puts a pig's eye in his ass. The elder and the recruiter enter, and the mother says, "Son, they've come to take you to war." And he's standing with his back to them, his pants down. He spreads his cheeks and says, "I can see that."
Did they take him?
Not a chance.
Alright, well it worked. Hey, Zold.
Greetings, Geralt, in these humble foreign walls.
Greetings.
My heart rejoiced to see that dear old noggin of yours emerge from a sea of unknown faces.
How are you faring?
I see you prefer the company of Vernon and his men.
The soldier in Hensel's camp looks at me like I'm a lump of rotten meat.
You think they suspect you of being a spy?
Who the fuck knows what's in their bloody heads? You know what? I regret I'm not a spy. I feel like the last bloody cunt here.
Somewhere nearby, my brethren are sharpening their axes, just waiting for the fog to dissipate so they can blunt them on some kid when he necks.
Oh, he's angry. Any news of that?
You've been around. Heard anything about the Kingslayer?
Just that Henselt is shitting himself for fear that his head is about to be separated from his shoulders. For me, the assassin's hiding out in the ravines. An ideal place for his kind. Anyway, I've been wondering, why the fuck do you care so much about this cunt that you're so ready to stick your neck out to find him?
I have to clear my name.
Because I'm innocent.
The wise know that. And I didn't think you'd trouble yourself about what the fools think.
As long as Letho is free, I'll remain a suspect. I can only prove my innocence by presenting the culprit. No other way.
What will you do when you find him?
I'll see.
We'll see when I talk to him, when I learn the truth. Maybe I'll see his point. And maybe I'll just cut off his head.
You rested?
All rested after the boat trip?
Don't remind me of that. My stomach churns at the very thought.
You could have traveled here on foot.
If I'd known it before days of rocking, I would have. And if they told me I'd be eating dried and salted cod 3 times a day, I'd have clobbered myself with my own hammer before boarding that boat.
You're spending all your time in Roach's camp. Have you two become chums?
Chums? That's a bit rich. But he doesn't piss me off as much as he used to. Either he's changed or I've grown accustomed.
Maybe both.
Maybe. Besides, the camp has loads of other attractions. His men cheat me at cards, and there's a tit or two to hang the gaze upon.
If that's what you're after, there's a regular whorehouse in Henselt's camp.
How can you compare a whore's tits to Vessi's? I could buy myself the others, but hers are just to be admired.
In the face of possible disaster, they tried to drop entire villages in town. Half the serfs knew beforehand and fled into the woods, but the rest were pressed into service. The count says these are pansies, not soldiers. But we'll have to make do with them. We'll put them out front, let the cavalry run them over. Maybe it'll lose some momentum. So, the battle was on. Terrible losses on the left flank. They almost broke our ranks. Their serfs dropped their pikes and ran to the archers' corpses.
Did they start looting?
Listen, they picked up the bows and shot at the enemy. I tell you, each shot meant a dead man.
Those were the serfs, right?
Exactly. Poaching is in their blood.
Why didn't you make them archers then? Why keep them fight? Mark.
Morning. Damn it.
Simon.
Salutations.
Hello, Wes.
Greetings, Geralt.
Greetings, Vess. What news from the Blue Stripes?
They're keeping their eyes open, as always.
Henselt is sure of it?
Henselt thinks he'll take Bergen easily.
A regular army will always win against a popular uprising. I know this, Henselt knows it. I don't understand why Saskia doesn't.
Maybe she'd rather die than surrender. Or she has a surprise in store for Henselt.
Possibly. Henselt keeps the precise plans of his campaign a secret.
Why haven't you set up in the Kidweni camp? Information becomes more available the closer you get to the source.
Henselt doesn't trust us, and I don't blame him. If not for this damn fog, we'd have moved even further south.
No trace of the assassin.
We've lost the assassin's trail.
The trail led us here. If it goes no further, the assassins must be in the vicinity. I see 2 possibilities. Either Henselt hired them, or he's their next target.
We'll find out soon enough.
Maybe he did
Could
hire him.
Henselt himself be behind the assassinations?
You don't think it's possible? Consider the Pontar Valley. Temeria, Kedwin and Edirn have been disputing it for generations. Only now, Temeria and Edirn are kingless.
True. Henselt might profit from the deaths of Foltest and Demoven, but covert assassinations aren't his style.
I suppose you're right. The Kedweni king seems to love a good war. Just take a look around. Perhaps that's his ruse. When the cheese goes missing from the larder, no one thinks of blaming the cat.
Maybe. That was great too.
I wanted to thank you. That was a great fight.
The only great fights are those I win.
It's no dishonor to lose to a mutant created for swordsmanship.
If it wasn't a tournament but a battle, we wouldn't be speaking now.
You were better than all the knights of Kedwen put together.
You're very kind.
I'm sincere.
A rare trait. Perhaps I should take advantage of this opportunity.
I also feel like it's this opportunity.
Since we're being honest, I'd like to have some wine with you.
With pleasure.
I wasn't expecting you to agree.
Well,
This was your chance to get back at me.
I have no need. In truth, I'm grateful to you.
Interesting.
I was sure you'd go easy on me. Then I'd have told you to bugger off. But since you took me seriously, I have some Toussaint wine in my tent. Could I tempt you?
I sold a lot of that in my last game.
I learned more about you from that duel than from all our conversations put together.
I'm curious. According to Geralt of Rivia, what is Vess like?
Brave and beautiful.
She's ambitious, honorable, and beautiful.
In that order?
What if I say the reverse?
If you think I don't like to hear compliments about my beauty, you're very wrong. I'm a soldier, and it pisses me off when I'm viewed as a pair of tits atop an arse. But I'm also a woman, and like every woman, I have my needs.
In that case, let's drink to your needs.
I fulfill my needs differently.
Then what do you want to drink to?
To us?
I didn't know there was an us.
Better to live a day as a king than a life as a beggar. First we'll drink the wine, then we'll go to bed.
I like the idea.
Can we do it the other way round?
Heartbreaker, oh my. I got an achievement. Wait, does it mean I'm locked out of race now? Yeah, I'm just collecting cards, man. This is a card collection game. I think you know. Got a lot of tattoos. Got like a lot of tattoos. Man, this is gonna get flagged for 18 plus minutes. Well, I mean it is. But it's a cartoon. It's a cartoon. There are no scars on her body. Pretty interesting if you ask me. Why is her head this animation stuff?
We got our orders and got busy preparing to leave the village. She comes up to him and says, "You've promised to come back, and a soldier never lies to his girl."
And did he come back?
After 2 years, with a few scars, having lost 3 fingers to an axe, but return, he dead. Then he sees a tyke crawling on the floor and a man holding his gal by the tip. Her eyes go wide and she says, "You're back! What the hell kind of soldier are you?"
Great. I have insult. When Geralt talked to Vess after the tournament, he discovered that she was very pleased as he had taken her seriously in the arena. You should know that the girl had spent her entire adult life trying to match men and deal with discrimination and had finally become the best soldier in Roshi's unit. Geralt had recognized her abilities and given her due credit. As the feeling of mutual respect grouped in the two, the physical distance between them shrank. What happened afterwards, I shall not say.
His mother comes and tells him, "The elder and the recruiter are coming for you." He was slaughtering pigs at the time, so he takes a pig's eye and puts it between his buttocks.
He does what?
Puts a pig's eye in his arse. The elder and the recruiter enter, and the mother says, "Son, they come to take you to war." And he's standing with his back to them, his pants down. He spreads his cheeks and says, "I can see that."
Did they take him?
Not a chance.
Yeah, boy, that's a pretty smart guy, I guess. Acting as if he's an actual mutant.
Dodge!
Dodge!
Wake up!
Hey,
Here to spy on us.
Who would I be spying for?
For Henselt. The Death Mold. I heard they hired you.
It just so happens we have common aims.
I'm
But don't worry, observing Vernon Roach isn't one of them.
In that case, to what do I owe this pleasure?
I can't meet an old friend. What are your plans?
I was wondering what you're actually doing here, Vernon.
The Blue Stripes never want for work, especially in a hotbed like this.
You're not about to tell me, are you? And here I thought we had something special.
I've got my finger on the pulse, and I've not forgotten what I came here for, Geralt.
What is that?
Foltest's assassin.
Precisely. He's holed up like a rat, and he'll meet a rat's end.
So you're still finding him, alright. What's going on in Bergen?
Any idea what's happening on the other side of the Battle of Spectres?
Well, I expect not much has changed. A bunch of dwarves, elves, and peasants are trying to figure out how to save Edirne.
Saskia's an exceptional woman.
But just a woman, nonetheless. Besides, how would you know?
Just a hunch, and there's all the talk. Besides, to assemble an army of elves, dwarves, and humans who fight side by side, you pretty much have to be extraordinary.
You'll not persuade me some woman will defeat Henselt in battle.
You're forgetting one thing. Kedwin's just fighting for a better life. Edirne's fighting for life itself.
Motivation's important, I grant you. but it can't trump knowledge of the art of war. Temeria's my only concern, and I'll be glad to see Henselt's forces tied up here. That's a good thing.
Think he wouldn't stop after conquering Edirn? What if he quickly deals with Saskia and turns his army west?
It's possible, but I hope it won't come to that.
Then will you fight him then? Be sure to keep Arnold well hidden from death. Mobilize is Arnold.
You need to be careful. Death Mold can't learn that you're holding a Kedweni spy.
He won't. Don't you worry none.
Death Mold has an excellent net of his own spies.
That spy we caught at Laredo's, Arnold. He's prancing around in the next world.
Why did he say anything interesting?
Did he spill anything interesting?
You killed him.
He was tough, but waterboarding can be incredibly effective. Eventually, he coughed up that Henselt was trying to bring the border towns to a boil.
Henselt's not stupid. He wouldn't want to wage war on two fronts.
That rat Laredo was supposed to stir unrest in Flotsam.
Right.
Luckily, you rearranged his intestines with your blade.
That I did. Okay, any news about Yorvith?
You miss your old friend, Yorvith?
If the gods are kind, he'll yet fall into my hands. That said, I wonder what the scoundrel's up to.
So you don't know. Alright. Any news on Flotsam?
What news of good old Flotsam?
Thanks to us, it still is good old Temerian Flotsam. If I hadn't sniffed out Laredo's treachery, a Kedweni garrison would be stationed there already. Constable John Natalis has appointed a new commandant to Flotsam. Let's hope he doesn't turn out to be another whore.
We'll see. I'm looking for the plotters who are out to get Henselt.
How are things, Vernon?
Quiet. Nothing to talk about, really. Like everybody else, I'm waiting to see how events unfold.
I'm the one doing the work.
Why not stop waiting and try setting something in motion?
My people are combing the area for Letho, who seems to have vanished. There's nothing else I can do. What are you up to?
Busy as ever. I need to lift the fog of specters, reverse Sabrina's curse, and find out who's behind the plot to assassinate Henselt.
I never thought I'd see you so eager to help Henselt.
Coincidence. Our interests happen to have aligned.
What interest might you have in tracking down this plot?
I get the feeling it's all linked. If I can't get to the bottom of this plot, I'll be unable to lift the curse and never recover my past.
In any case, I wonder who's behind it.
Well, I know where the plotters meet. If you want to learn more, come with me.
That would be a grave error. A captain of the Temerian army shouldn't meddle in the domestic matters of another state.
I thought that's exactly what they pay you to do.
Secretly.
Sorry, Geralt. This time I truly cannot help.
Well, at least I
In the
asked them.
face of possible disaster, they tried to draft entire...
Conspiracy theory. The Witcher spoke to Vernon about the conspiracy, but Roche turned out to be unwelcome in Henselt's camp, and his every move was being keenly watched. In this and in every other case, his hands were tied. Alright.
Half the serfs knew beforehand and fled into the wood.
Close the distance!
Hello? Damn it. Salutations.
Greetings.
Yeah, that's anything else? No? Alright. Yes.
I'll kick your ass!
Ah, pyromaniac.
I'll kick your ass! Can you guard up? That's my kicks.
Hey, can I
Fen! Keep dropping your guard like that and they'll beat your kisser to a pulp! Who do we have here?
Someone who's worried about your close combat skills.
We practice a few hours every day.
And here I thought practice makes perfect.
Really? Care to show us your skill then? White-haired one.
Arm wrestling? Remind me of the rules.
What are the rules?
Spare our gentlemen's bits for the ladies. Other than that, hit wherever you want. We'll learn something. Maybe you'll learn something. Always fucking comes in handy. So, shall we give it a go?
Sure.
Why not? Who's willing?
I'll try. See if you're as strong in your arms as you are in your gob.
Alright,
Let's see what my friend Vernon taught you.
Make some room!
Move it! Dodge! Dodge! Wake up!
Shout, but don't dodge. Oh, right, it's quick time. I forgot about this stuff. Hey, Ed. Get chipped in the back. Get up, man. W. E.
Close the distance!
Grab my hair. Like, hit you in your gut. W. Stay down. Got him. Who's the next?
Got a feeling Fen won't remember much of that fight. With a few more surprises up our sleeves. How about you?
Sure.
Why not? Who's willing?
Take me on. I fancy learning a few witches' tricks.
Yeah, let's see then.
Let's see what my friend Vernon taught you.
Make some room!
Keep your guard up. That's more like it.
He didn't even guard. I just gave him up. Just smack him in the face. This guy is not good. Wow, okay.
Keep your guard up. That's more like it.
I guess that's why he wants to learn some tricks. He's got to beat up so easily. Anything else?
Ha! He's still young. He'll learn. With a few more surprises up our sleeves. How about you?
Sure.
Why not? Who's willing?
Run out of monsters to slay? Why are you fighting my men?
Just checking to see if you've taught them well.
And?
I'm amazed they're still standing.
You lackeys. Letting yourselves get thrown around like hay bales. Maybe you want to give me a try.
Let's go.
Show me what you got, my striped friend.
Let's beat up this guy. There's gonna be a lot of QTs. DW. Not really. Get kicked to the dang floor. Get punched in the freaking face. Get kneed. Dude, you're getting destroyed. Vernon Roach. I see why Europe is able to defeat him. He's dead, man. He's just dead. Lying there with his mouth open.
You win. Feels like I've been kicked by a mare.
Pleasure getting a few slugs in the mug from you, Witcher. We're always eager to learn. You deserve a prize.
I don't need a reward.
It's no reward, just a sign of gratitude. We drag our asses round the world and collect all sorts of scrap metal. Take something. May it serve you well. See you soon.
What did I get?
Not so fast, Witcher.
Oh.
You'll take me on now. You snitch.
What? Alright.
So be it.
Let's beat up another guy. He's trying to insult me, so I beat him up. I'm fighting 3 men, you're the 4th. See, I'm a Witcher. I got mutations for this shit. Oh, I've got a hurt. I missed. Oh shit. Get punched in the face. Yes. Hey, I got it. Get kicked to the dang floor. In your back. Straight to the fucking spine. Oh wow. Okay, he just... I just... What now, bud?
What the bloody hell's all this about?
We're just practicing.
Want practice? I'll have you cleaning the canteen with your bare arses. How's that for practice? Back to the camp!
Aye, sir.
Anyone
That
else?
doesn't end this. Stop looking for square coins. You've little to gain, and you just might lose your head over it.
So long.
Are we done finally, or am I gonna fight someone else? Wait for events to unfold. Let's go to them. As you remember, the Witcher had been training a bit with Roche's men. The Kedveni soldiers watched the sparring with interest, and once the Witcher was done, one of the onlookers challenged him to a duel. Zivik interrupted the fight, however. The soldier left, angry, mumbling about something about square coins. It would have been the strangest cursing in the world if not for the fact that square coins were closely connected to the conspiracy against King Henselt. They were used by the conspirators as a secret symbol. Against the Blue Stripes. Geralt liked to watch Roche's soldiers training. Their fighting style was different from that of the Witchers. It was tailored to tackling armed opponents. In turn, Roche's men were always curious about the Witcher's techniques and gladly pried at them. After talking to several of them, Geralt decided to try holding his own against Vernon's subordinates, but without weapons, just using fists. Fen was the first in line. Fen lost, obviously, but the Blue Stripes were undeterred. Silas was more than eager to face Geralt. When Silas was also beaten, Vernon Roche had no choice but to defend his unit's honor. It was a beautiful fight. I had my doubts about who would win for a long time, yet if you had placed a bet on Geralt, you would have won. Roche lost, yet there was no dishonor in it. Vernon's soldiers, glad their commander had taken a beating, gave Geralt a nice piece of steel. Is it better than the piece of steel I just bought? Because if it is, I'll be angry. They just gave me a bunch of daggers. I don't want this. What the hell? You give me this shit? Just give me money instead.
Want to practice some more?
No, another time.
When the time comes, practice on your own for now.
She comes up to him and says,
Want to practice?
No.
When the
No, they're all just fighting there. Outright sword
You
fighting.
haven't lost 3 fingers to an axe.
Damn it.
No, bye.
He sees a tyke crawling on the floor and a man holding his gal by the head. Her eye.
Go towards Roche's ship. I can just do that. Go towards Roche's ship. I mean, I guess. Where the hell does this take me? AJ, don't crash the game. Okay, now it's loading something. Is it the other boat where it is? The boat carrying some documents for something? Why are you lagging? What's this lag, dude? What the hell is going on? I'm not even moving now. Are you seeing this? I don't know what I'm doing right now. Lost lambs. Soldiers have gone missing somewhere beyond the palisade. Hands were tied. Several soldiers all drunk like lords. Right. Lifting a curse, faith, death, hatred symbolized. Eternal battle with a medallion. The blood curse. Hey, Kirby.
Something's brewing.
What's even going on here? You go on.
Greetings.
Poisoned harpy claw. Hello?
How goes it, Witcher?
I don't know. Why the hell am I here? Roy
Welcome.
and Mandy. Why did I come here? What the hell does this do? Okay, row back then. It doesn't do anything. I thought it would take me to the crashed ship. But no, it just kind of takes me to this boat. It's got nothing on it. Even the game, I think, was confused. Like, why are you here?
His mother comes and tells him the elder and the recruiter are coming for you.
Yes, trouble. It's always trouble. It's Geralt of Rivia. I'm a witcher. There's always trouble. That's why I'm here. And okay, there you go. There you go. Alright. Very good. Super well balanced and poisoned one is cool. 90% poison chance, I guess. That's pretty nice. Conspiracy theory. Right. Spoke to Vernon, but can't do anything. You can also speak to Death Mold about this. Are you the freaking? Are you the guy I wanted? Let's go talk to Death Mold about this.
Well, it was here yesterday.
I don't know what you're looking for, man. If you tell me, maybe I can help you find it. If you don't want to tell me you're going to be a jerk about it, then go ahead.
Audrin, where are you?
No one knows where
Audrin, where are you?
Hello. Where are you?
I'm done with this cursed place.
Square coins, right?
So?
So we will trade again, of course. I got swords for you. And a lot of poison daggers and stuff. And I know you like those things. And I was about like some timber for fires and stuff, I guess, and like a bunch of cloth for I don't know what that means. Alright. I mean, I did spend a lot of money on like
Audrin!
and you know, on this armor. Incredible. Like, poison, so I'm gonna clean it at the bottom there. All the poison stuff to it.
The whole camp's gone berserk looking for the coins. Grown lads with their arses in the air.
Freak.
Hello, Death Mold. I found the Potter's Den.
The plotters. I know where they meet.
I knew I could count on you.
Is that enough for you then?
One can tell a real man not by how he begins, but by how he finishes.
What else do you want from me?
I shall give you 4 of my men who'll be near at hand and provide backup if something goes awry.
Right.
They'll stay out of sight until summoned.
Good.
Bring me one of the plotters alive. I have many questions. I must know who's behind all this.
Take the square coin to the brothel, last one whistling Wendy. Alright. Geralt met with Death Mold and told him about the investigation's progress. Sorcerer gave him his best soldiers as backup. Told him to dig deeper. At least he got some backup. King! Where is he?
I am your humble servant.
Yeah, where's the king? Hello, King Hansel. Good to meet you. It's important.
The whole camp's gone berserk looking for the coin.
You're not at a chair here.
With their arses in the air, scavenging around the tents like idiots.
Where are these coins from if there wasn't a single one when they were pitching camp?
Well, we can go and go to the brothel and find this listening enemy or whatever.
Still looking for coins. What else am I to do? This mist's driving me crazy.
Dread, where are you?
Get out this conspiracy stuff. We also gotta explore the outside area. I'm sure there's other stuff around here as well.
Not another fucking stone.
These guys, I don't know what he's looking for. Square coin? Someone tossed one? Or something? Anyway, I'm at the bottom. We'll do this in the next
Life
episode.
can be really strange. I fought the Nilfgaardians a few years back. Now we make camp with the Black Ones.
That's politics. What's it to us?
We should have our say, take an interest in things. Or it will turn out like the mill in Stilton. The one the smith from Jailmouth took over when he married the miller's widow.
He's come here.
Bad chance of Henselt and Shillard inviting us to their meeting.
Well, we should at least object somehow. Spit at the sight of the Black Ones. Turn our heads away. Hiss on their tents.
Just need to watch that we don't make a mistake while drunk.
Yeah, don't piss on their tents. That'll probably get you killed. Anyway, see you all in the next one.